Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? I'm so excited to share our first ever Stream Queens comedy special with everyone here. Welcome, welcome. We are currently raising money for the Transgender Law Center. I really hope y'all can help us out in raising some funds for the trans people. I want to give another big shout out as well to all the moderators for Mod Appreciation Day, who probably went invisible just like a lot of the trans people did, thanks to Twitch on Transgender Day of Visibility. Um, we have a great lineup here today, as well as some studio audience members to give us a laugh track. Let me turn them on so you can hear them. Say hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
So I'm gonna go first. Hi, my name's Chelora. My pronouns are she, they, and I don't know what my amateur nouns are. This, this is a stand-up comedy show where clearly we're all sitting down, but at least it's not a stood-up show since we all showed up on time. They say all good comedy comes from our experiences, or our experiences, if you would. I was raised hateful Catholic. I say hateful because there wasn't any love there. My mom hated how often I broke my glasses growing up, so I wore these ones today just for the skit. Glasses avoided me like J.K. Rowling avoids acknowledging my gender identity, aggressively and without mercy. I'd get pushed into a rock, or someone would land a dodgeball between my eyes and break my SpongeBob frames. I was just a sponge for damage, just like those frames. I'd go pee and they'd slide down my nose and fall into the toilet, currently being filled with orange tang urine. My muscle memory wanted to flush, but the mom in my mind forced me to retrieve them. It was gross. When I lived on my own, I didn't own a TV, so I complained I had nothing to see. I was making out with this guy once, and the glasses had to come off. They were in the way. I took them off, and rather than him sitting on my face, he sat on my glasses. They snapped right in the middle. I went to work in the morning serving people coffee with a fake smile on my face, while my glasses frowned, barely being held together by the cheapest Scotch tape, just like how I talk. This man picked me up from work with a surprise, though. It wasn't glasses. It wasn't money for glasses. It was an HD TV. A TV I couldn't see. And you might say, Chelora, look at this situation through rose-colored glasses. And I'd say, they're not prescription, so everything's a blob. Now that I can see, though, let's see who's up next. Try not to watch through too critical a lens. Relax, sit back, and I hope you laugh with us as our next entertainer, Queen Pib, brings you some comedy.
Hey! Good evening. Hope everyone's doing freaking all right over there. Especially you in the back. I see you back there. Believe me, I see you back there. So, I'm Queen Pib. I stream, I do stuff, I do the yucks. But tonight, I'm here to talk to you about something much more important than yucks. I'm here to talk to you about the importance of representation. We always hear how important representation is. How it was vital for gay people to make the world a better place so we could get used to it. We could see them everywhere and go, huh, that's normal. We should get behind that. Woo. How representations for trans people will be vital to making the world a better place, damn it. I'm not going to sit here and bring up the stakes. This evening's not for that. Suffice to say, though, I agree that representation and time is vital. But you hear that and you go, well, what does that accomplish? Well, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you two examples to how, on a long enough timeline, the odd person out in pop culture got to be the pick of a freaking litter. I'm going to ask you to suspend reality for a second here. I'm going to set the stage. 2008. You're watching the NFL on a Sunday because you're a cishet white man trying to get out of doing chores. It's not for long. I promise. I can assure you that if you were queer before I start this bit, you still will be when I'm done.
Oh, good.
I swear. A commercial's gonna come on the TV. There's this guy. He's shopping at Sears in their electronics department. Sales rep asks him if he likes sports. He hits this button on this oversized remote control he's carrying, and out pops from the wall this giant discussion panel. It's got NFL quarterback Peyton Manning, NASCAR driver Dale Earnhardt Jr., CBS Sports' James Brown, a cameraman, and the San Diego chicken. It's a chicken. It's from San Diego. I didn't see it when I was in town for TwitchCon. All I saw were French fry stealing ducks. Just go with it. Anyway, Peyton says something to the effect of sports like football, or the guy went to university at Tennessee, so I have to do the accent. It just doesn't work otherwise. I'm sorry. Sports like football are shot on Sony HD cameras, so shouldn't you watch them on one? Which, I suppose if I was handed a pile of money from the Sony Corporation, that's probably the best argument I could come up with. Anyway, one of the variations of this commercial, because of course there were several, is, now when you say football, do you also mean soccer? There's a beat. The people on the panel all look at each other, and then start laughing. Peyton Manning even goes, soccer! And a narrator talks about how sports on Sony TVs, they're awesome and you should buy them at Sears. I show this commercial to my community sometimes, and I ask them each time, what here didn't age well? And sometimes I get answers that are right, but not the one I'm looking for. The obvious answer is, Sears! They fell off. They don't even have that tower in Chicago anymore. Or those catalogs that were like discount Playboy back in the day. So Sears is a valid answer, but it's not the one I'm looking for. Sometimes they'll say, well, there's no women in this commercial, which, again, valid. Women who, okay, remember, I told you to pretend you're sports fan Andy with a Busch Light in one hand, the remote in the other, and a pair of New Balance tennis shoes on your feet, so latent sexism says I actually have to explain this. Women, believe it or not, are also capable of being both athletes and sports fans. Especially the Midwest Karens who will imprint on the big, tough, burly guy on the team's defense and swoon for them. And those Karens definitely need high-definition television so they can figure out which one of the 300-pound beefcakes is white. Anyway, the answer, of course, we're looking for is the laughing at the soccer. And yes, I'm going to call it soccer. We might have some people from across the pond here this evening. I'm going to do you a solid. I'm still going to call it soccer, but out of contrition, I'm going to stick my pinky finger out for the rest of the bit. Are we cool? Good. In 2008, we're still laughing at soccer. We're calling people who liked it a bunch of wimps and wussies. What are you, some kind of queer? Come on, watch football! But a magical thing starts happening around that time. So we've always had soccer fans dating back, I don't know, probably at least 3 or 4 years. But you know what happens when two Manchester United fans hop in bed for a penalty kick? Sometimes they make a little sports fan. Sometimes. Sometimes they just end up crying in the corner, but that's a whole separate discussion. A little sports fan who will be showered in sports merch and taken to games, and they'll play FIFA and spend $10,000 on microtransactions, because that's what they do these days. People have known soccer their entire conscious lives and accept it as just the normal thing. You got a country slowly filling up with second and third generation degenerate soccer fans, and now every single TV network is shelling out billions for the broadcasting rights to soccer. Billions with a B.
Oh.
This is more like a D, but anyway. Nobody's laughing at soccer anymore. It's a juggernaut. Well, okay, we're still laughing a little bit at soccer, but it's because of those flop jobs. Those are 10 out of 10. Two grown-ass human beings will lightly brush against each other, and they'll both spontaneously hit the ground, saying the other guy bruised their kidney. Machismo men with brand deals and Rolexes all competing to see who can fool teacher the most. That is never gonna stop being funny. I'm sorry. I'm gonna retract my pinky finger now because I'm happy to report the sports portion has come to a close.
Yay.
You may undo your seatbelts. You're free to move around the cabin. Take a deep breath. And those of you who got a little too into character, remember to take the Kid Rock off your Spotify playlist. Anyway, I will move on to the other example. This one dates back a lot further, but will hit a little bit closer to home for some of you out there. It's 1977. We're recovering from what will surely be the last oil price fiasco. Hopefully. Video games are kind of starting to become a thing, and a little movie called Star Wars throat-punched the sci-fi genre and gave it legitimacy. Before that, in Hollywood, nobody took sci-fi as a genre seriously. After that, they put James Bond in space. Mr. Shaken Not Stirred over here went into space, banged a woman named Holly Goodhead, and accused that Bond was attempting re-entry. I want to make it abundantly clear here that everything I just said is 100% true. You named a Bond girl Holly freaking Goodhead. I mean, you found a way to top Pussy Chelora. Congratulations. Congratulations. Anyway, if you don't believe me, you can watch Moonraker, but honestly, mid-level movie at best. I wouldn't bother personally. The point is, until 1977, Hollywood treated sci-fi like it was a joke. They didn't want to touch the damn thing. After that, busted wide open. Now, Star Wars' original run ended in 83. There was some toys, this really cringe holiday special that I highly recommend. And that was all the Star Wars you got to, like, the mid-90s. See, a curious thing happened in the 1990s. George Lucas remembers he still got all these merchandising rights to Star Wars because some idiot working at Fox who didn't take sci-fi seriously let him have the merchandising rights without a fight. That was a decision. And on top of working all those special editions of the movies so we can complain forever on the internet over whether Harrison Ford is someone in an alien costume shot first until the end of freaking time. I choose to believe that neither of them shot at each other and they had a dance-off, but that's just my opinion. Lucas puts out a toy line. Video games. Comic books. So what was Pibby doing at the time? I was watching Star Trek.
Oh.
What? It was on TV. The writing was better. Plus, Dr. Crusher and Deanna Troi are locked in an eternal death struggle for the love triangle that I invented in my head canon. Sorry. I suppose this doesn't really fit the story now that I think about it. Anyway, the point is my dad, who was a teenager in the late 70s and early 80s, saw Star Wars. Then at some point I showed up, not as a direct result of that. And then I fell asleep in a movie theater in 97 because I wanted to go see The Empire Strikes Back, but I didn't realize that was the one with all the plot, not as many space laser battles. Come on, 10-year-old Pibby. That was the best movie! How do you turn into a film star if you're falling asleep during all this character development? I am very disappointed in my youngest self. So, I was a sci-fi dork as a kid. Mostly Trek, but Star Wars would do on a pinch. And I don't want to hear any crap from any of you Dune or Battlestar Galactica people. I'm sorry. I grew up in flyover country Canada. We didn't have cable. I took whatever sci-fi we had available. The point is, 20 years after the fact, here's me wearing Star Trek and Star Wars stuff and playing with the toys and being easy fodder for bullies at school. I'm not looking for sympathy, I'm just stating fact. We had reached our second generation, but hadn't achieved the complete global pop culture saturation. The prequel trilogy came out, and I saw Attack of the Clones, and I fell asleep again! Parliamentary procedures are only so entertaining, I'm sorry. Anyway, we got 6 movies. That's right, that's that many fingers. Untold number of toys and video games. Have another drink there, Pib. And 35 years, 35 years after the franchise launch, George freaking Lucas retires from filmmaking, and here comes Disney, holding $2 million in cash and $2 million in stock options. $4 billion. Now Disney has their hands on this intellectual property, the freaking Disney Corporation. And what do they do? New trilogy, TV shows, theme parks, an Electronic Arts microtransaction fest masquerading as a video game. Anyway, and this is the best part. This is what's going to drive the point home the furthest about how we got from obscure 1977 to here. A 2-day Star Wars resort experience that will run you $5,000. Let me say that again. $5,000. Now, if you don't know about this hotel, I'm telling you, after the show, I need you to look this thing up. The Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, that's a string of words I thought I'd put together this year, at Disney World in Florida, because of course it's in Florida, has been described by critics as a windowless bunker and a suburban junior high built in the mid-70s. $5,000. It's an underground monstrosity that'll run you $5,000 for that mandatory 2-night stay. Sleeping quarters are cramped and miserable, because apparently they looked at the living quarters in The Fifth Element and decided, you know, this parody of the future is really on to something. There is no pool or spa, and you're glued to your phone half the time receiving missions to fight for the resistance, or whatever it is the new Star Wars does. Well, character actors, bless their hearts, are ferrying around you like any other Disney mascot would. If claustrophobia is starting to set in, they have good news for you. Guests can visit an outdoor communal space called a climate simulator. A climate simulator. I tell you, $5,000 goes some far in 2022. If this all sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. Said one critic, Disney went all in on an experience that seemingly puts only the wealthiest guests inside a windowless bunker for 2 full days. And who says capitalism can't breed innovation? Imagine. Now, remember where this whole thing started with representation. Imagine you're someone who grew up with Star Wars. You loved Star Wars. You identify with the struggle for freedom against tyranny. The laser blasts, the John Williams soundtrack, the Leia costume, and a pod racing, the grand epic scale of a space opera. All based on a sci-fi movie that Fox executives had no faith in almost 50 years ago. And in 2022, you get to be a part of it. Standing in an underground bunker in the middle of swampland, in full costume and makeup, in front of a 45-year-old neckbeard from Buffalo in cargo shorts, Birkenstocks, a bucket hat, and a cell phone holster. If that doesn't show you what representation can do, I don't know what else will. Thank you very much, everyone. You've been beautiful. You've been marvelous. Tip your field. Try the servers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen. That was excellent. Thank you. That was honestly so good. I loved it so much. If I had $5,000, I'd probably donate it to the the Transgender Law Center. Trans Lifeline too. Why not? Do both.
Damn right.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Hell yeah.
You damn right.
Now, how I donate my money is not very smart. I definitely buy a lot of shoes, and I wear them on stream on a platform where you can't see feet. You can't see shoes. And by the end of the streams, my feet are always barking. Well, speaking of the next, speaking of barking, our next performer is Too Barky Bark.
Woo!
Yay.
I cannot. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Chelora. Chelora's so freaking funny. Thank you for having me on the show. Let's give a round of applause for Chelora. Oh my god. And I love this idea. What a genius. if anyone doesn't know me, hi, I'm Barky. Hello, and I have anxiety. I was trying to think of funny material for today, but my anxiety said, "No, I'm the star of this show." My anxiety is British, yes. Most likely because it's like the spirit of my pasty European ancestors, something like that, which is probably the least cool ancestors to have guiding you through life. I mean, they did a pretty horrible job with the plague. So, like, I feel like I shouldn't be confident about taking their advice. You know? I imagine if I gave them even more power, they'd get, like, even bolder and eventually telling me, like, invade Puerto Rico. God.
Oof.
Take credit for inventing maths. God, stop it. Stop. Vote for Trump. I bet he's a bloody trollop. Quit. Oh my god. My British imperialist ancestors are so embarrassing. Nobody should be listening to them. Jeez. I'll be honest. Like, working on something and getting it done quickly in a timely manner disgusts me to my core. It has no appeal to me. In fact, productive people, you disgust me as well. I would much rather be anxious for weeks than spend and then like probably like speed run the last like 48 hours. Which is, if you see any like mistakes in my makeup, that's just me committing to the bit. Thanks. And yet, honestly, like that strategy has gotten me surprisingly far in life. I've got, you know, tons to show for it, including an extremely useful bachelor's degree in theater. So useful. And an account on a website called twitch.tv with over 700 gay followers.
Wow.
Thank you. I would honestly rather be burned alive than complete a task. I would prefer a horrifying grisly death, honestly. In fact, to fill time because I've procrastinated writing this routine. I know, shocking. Very meta. I made a little list of things that I would rather do than complete an assigned task. So we've got fixate on a new unrelated hobby that will not help me at all, but instead take up all of my time and energy. We've got stick pins in my eyes. Travel to Florida for business or any reason. Go to a nightclub during a pandemic. Play Overwatch with men. Go to a bulk food grocery store. Have brunch with J.K. Rowling. That would probably end in my arrest, to be honest. Consume aluminum foil. Lastly, spend money on a box set of Friends DVDs. All activities that would be extremely painful, but not as painful as completing a task. But in reality, if I don't joke about these issues, I'd explode. So thank you all for entertaining me and letting me entertain you. I don't know. I was trying to consider other topics for this, but I just really want to talk about my issues, which is probably a sign that I should schedule some more time with my therapist, more hours. But she's sick of me, testing out my stand-up routines on her. So I should probably give her a break. I cannot be the only one who's obsessed with making their therapist laugh, I'm sure. That's a natural high. Bro, I get crossfaded on weed and making my therapist laugh. Sick, bro. Sick, bro. In all seriousness, donate to the charity tonight because bad karma is worse than any puny mental illness. any puny struggle with mental illness. I nailed that last line. Thank you. I'm good. I'm done. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Berkey. I feel the call out for being productive, definitely. I'll complete your tests. I'll complete your tests for you. You know. Our next entertainer is someone who I know very intimately. Her name is Tharona. We are definitely both Canadian, and therefore funny. That's just the rules. So give it up for Tharona.
Hi everyone, my name is Tharona. So quickly on that, the topic of that is that constantly and quite frequently, Chelora and I would constantly get mixed up, and I would get called Chelora would get called Tharona. Not that the other one is a bad thing, but we've just decided to take a merger, and so we are now part of the same company. So if you invest in either one of us, you're investing in both of us.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm by no means a full-fledged comedian, but I thought I'd take a stab at this tonight because I do aspire to do live comedy and all that stuff. I did do a comedy show once in 2018. That is my proud go-to claim to fame. Did I do well? Who knows? The audience member is no longer alive for unknown reasons. And yeah, so I was gonna same as Berkey. I was like trying to struggle for my content or my material, and I was like, oh my god, how do people do this on a regular basis? How do these people do this professionally? And I was thinking about how last year I had a stalker develop in my life. Very interesting, very intense. Okay, and so I was like, you know what? Let's talk about stalkers today. And I figured, just, people who know what you're doing, where you are, and watch your every single move. And so the thing about Twitch viewers is that you can't get away from them. I'm just kidding. I really love my Twitch viewers and community. I'd say that they make the world go round, but realistically, they only make the chat go up. So. And no, I don't think that Twitch viewers are stalkers by any means. Of course, they're obviously people who just indulge and enjoy your content, and people who you can eventually even call friends. I low-key want to talk about those viewers, though. There's a certain set. Twitch viewers come with personality types or personality traits, in my opinion. And before I throw literally everyone else under the bus, I know my own. I know my own. My own trait is that I'm the shady viewer. I don't know why, but every time I go into anybody's chat, I need to be shady. I need to say something to slight the streamer or somebody else or whatever, just to get a good laugh. And that's just how I do it. And obviously, there's a whole long list. I mean, feel free to call yourselves out for what kind of viewers you might be. I have been, especially when I was newer to Twitch, it was like harder for me to understand like the what do you call it, the faux pas and like the etiquettes of being a viewer. And not everybody gets that. No, but not everybody understands that. And even if they've been a viewer on Twitch for like a year or 2 years, 3 years, they just don't get it. And honestly, I think a lot of Twitch streamers can agree with this. It gets on our nerves, but in a loving way, of course. So obviously, without just diving right into it, the trolls. We've got the trolls, right? The trolls are there. They keep us engaged. They love to give us those free views, give us those numbers, and give us that engagement that some of us don't always, like me, always get. So I appreciate the trolls personally sometimes, but honestly, I think that the trolls are interesting, especially as of late. Over the last year and a half, I don't know if a lot of people have been tuning into like the trollership of on Twitter and whatnot, but there are a lot of trolls. Today, for example, I was streaming for a little bit, and I got that troll who was like, "What the am I looking at?" I don't know if I can swear. I'm sorry. Can I swear, Chelora?
For fuck's sake, yeah.
Okay. They're like, what the fuck am I looking at? And I'm like, what? You're looking at me play this character? You're wondering about this character? And you just troll them right back, kind of thing, right? So you just kind of go with it. And they're like, no, the thing within the webcam. And I'm like, oh, we're talking about the camera lens. You know what? It is a really good camera lens. You know, I would recommend it. It makes me look really nice, really perfect. You know, my makeup shows really well. And then they were talking about bumblebees and transformers, and of course I was like, there's no bumblebees here. If there were, I'd be a beekeeper. So you just got to kind of play around with it, you know. So close cousins of the trolls are the trauma dumpers. I don't know if anybody's ever seen those trauma dumpers. I will admit I have trauma dumped once, and I realized how bad it is to do that. But imagine you're just like literally playing a game, and you're like, oh my god, I just finally got this achievement that I've been working so hard for weeks to try to get. I got like 50 kills in a row, and yada yada. And then that one viewer comes in and is like, my dad died. Cool. I'll add that to the tally and make that 51 kills. And so those are usually the people who are not, within the realm of like the gaming. They're not there to watch you play the games, right? And so you've got the trauma dumpers, and then you want to move on to like people who do the mod me's. Oh my god, the mod me's are. I've had a few people who come in and they're just hungry for power, and they want that sword. They want that sword so desperately, and they want to be part of your crew, part of your team, part of the in circle. And they're just like, pick me. Like, I guess that would almost be like picking people, right? Where they're just like, I could totally, manage your chat. And I've fallen victim to it, where you give them that sword and then they just totally fuck you over. Like, they ban the wrong people, they ban your friends, they time them out, and then you literally just gotta take that sword out of their hand and cut their heads off because you're just over it. And so I've got a whole list of these types of viewers, and like I was gonna watch the chat to see if anybody can relate, but one of my favorites, and I feel like I do this all the time, and everybody can relate to this one, is the Houdini viewer. Okay, the Houdini viewer is the type of viewer who will come in and say, hey, how's it going? What's up? What's new? Or whatever to the streamer. And me as a streamer, sincerely caring about my viewers and wanting to engage with them. Oh my god, I haven't seen you in so long. How are you? What have you up to? How's your cat been? How's your job going? Are you still in school?
Too true.
I just got called out.
Hey, like, I don't know if you're still here, but like, I appreciate you stopping in. I hope you're doing well. Nowhere to be found. Those are the Houdinis. I am definitely guilty of doing that. I have done that. And I am sorry to all the streamers that I've ever done that to. So these two are definitely related and have the same parents. Is the backseaters and the spoilers. They don't necessarily do the exact same thing, but the backseaters are the ones who try to drive the wheel. Imagine you're just driving a car, right? And then all of a sudden a hand comes on and pulls you to the right. You have to go to the right. Like, no, I'm driving this car. Get the fuck out of my car. I'm here. This is my vehicle. Get in the trunk and leave me alone. We're driving off a bridge if you don't. We're all going down. And the spoilers. Like I said, closely related parents. The spoilers are the ones who just ruin the game out. They just, they don't like fun. Spoilers. The spoiler ones do not like fun. They just want to take, they take the wind out of your sails by being like, oh, I can't wait for this jump scare that's coming up to this big scary monster that has 8 legs and 500 eyes, and it's going to jump out from the right over there, and it's going to pop out in exactly 5 minutes and 12 seconds, and you're just there like, great. This is amazing, fun. Thank you. Like, somebody ban this person. Oh, you mod me? You want to? I have a mod me in my chat. Okay, I'm gonna mod them, and then they're going to ban that person and probably run amok of my chat. But add one to get rid of the other. Sure, let's go for it. And one of my favorites is the machine gun chatters. They jump into your chat as if they're playing Fortnite, for example. They do not know how to assemble a cohesive sentence all in one sentence in order to get their message across, but instead send it in multiple different messages. And they get their point across slowly but unsurely. And they're just like there, and it's like a game for them. They're just sitting in the chat and they're just like, 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, maybe 1. I'm gonna send a period now. Like, I'm over it. And last but not least, the ones that I could I'm sure there's a list that can go on and on and on and on and on. The overly relatable viewers, the ones who relate to every little detail that you do, every little thing, and they become almost you, the star of the show, right? I could be like, I just got a pentakill in League of Legends, and they're like, oh, I just got 2. I got 2 yesterday. Me too. I'm just as good as you. And you're just like, good. That's great. I mean, I'm celebrating my own little victory here. Good to know. Or when you bring up a story of your real life, they're just like, oh, I know, I have a relatable story for that as well. Let me just take over the conversation real quick, and I'm gonna overly relate to you, and we're gonna be best friends, and then I'm gonna take over your channel, and I'm gonna be you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really do love my Twitch viewers. I love everybody. Anybody who does stop in, I give them time. I respect and understand and hold space for everybody who doesn't quite understand Twitch etiquette to the full degree. And I do love my trolls too. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone for my quick talk on Twitch viewers.
Thank you for that, Tharona. You said that you don't know why you're so shady in people's chats, and honestly, Tharona Shade, I don't know why you're shady in other people's chats either.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, speaking of the only person here that you definitely called out the whole way through, and they definitely were called out, is Safire. I wish they would put their camera on E Glamour.
Oh my god.
Who hasn't been here the duration of the show. Just to give another call out real quick.
Just the gay gas for me.
Oh.
Oh, there you are. Thank you. Oh, bye-bye.
The drama?
You're good to go.
Oh, that was it? That was my introduction?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh.
And now the queen that needs no introduction.
That was it.
That was. You are ridiculous.
This is my microphone. I thought everyone else was gonna bring microphones, but now it's just us. Hi everyone. No, we're not doing that. Yeah. My name is Safire E Glamour. I am a comedy queen, self-proclaimed. No one else has to agree. Thank you for coming. So yeah, I mean, if you think that I look like Maui from Moana, you're racist. However, if you don't think that I look like Moana from Moana, you're racist. Thank you. Speaking of racism, I work in theater.
No.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Ooh. So I work in theater, and in theater, when you're looking for a job, a manager or someone, or it's just like a thing where like, what's your type? What's your type? And I'm always finding myself sort of somewhere in the in between, you know? Even just growing up, I'm half Samoan and half white, which is called afakasi. So it's I'm too dark to play the white roles, and I'm too white to play a role full of people of a role in a show full of people of color. Um, I'm too feminine to play a man, and I'm too feminine to take a role away from a woman. I always find myself stuck in the in between. I love working in theater. I love working backstage, over the stage, under the stage, on stage. But the problem is, I hate when people look at me. And you might say, why don't you just go into podcasting, or why don't you do some radio work? The problem is, I hate when people listen to me. So that's kind of a weird, wacky little problem that I have. I really wish that I could, find somewhere in the in between where I could be myself and also not be myself. Somewhere where I can both create, perform, and entertain, and somewhere where no one is also listening or looking at me. It's been a rough journey for me. It's been a really rough journey for me, but I think I've found a place where all of those things can be true. Where I can be myself and also not be myself. Where I can do my own thing and perform and entertain, and where no one is watching or listening to me. And that's twitch.tv/Safire E Glamour. I love Twitch. I really do. I've found a real good community here, full of people and bots. Full of, spoilers and backseaters and all of mod me's and all those people. The trolls. Ooh, love them. So I'm on Team Stream Queens. Hi. And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about how I got onto Stream Queens, the sort of application process of that. So all I really had to do was watch the first Stream Queens Con, and drag Stream Queens on Twitter, and a couple months later, I was on the team. Unfortunately, applications are closed at the time, right now for the team. So, better luck next time, everyone. Yeah. So, no guarantees that it'll work for anyone else. I hit my microphone. I'm so sorry, everyone. You know, yeah, so that's kind of the origin story of me going on to Team Stream Queens. And speaking of origin stories, how would we feel about me giving a little tale about the time that I found out I was a drag queen? What? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, audience. Thank you so much.
I must know.
I must know. So, yeah, there I was, just a little gay, at a gay bar. And I was out of drag because, reminder, this was before I found out I was a drag queen. And someone pulled me aside. It was this sexy twink. And I don't usually use the word sexy to describe twinks. You know, it's but anyways, long story short, we ended up going back to his place, and you know, I was just sitting there, and he was sitting there, and we were looking at each other, as you do when you go home with someone from a gay bar. I was looking at him. He was looking at me. And we both said at the exact same time, well, what do we do now? You know, I'd always heard about people going home from the bar together, and I never really knew what happened afterwards. You know, what happened after the bar. And we went into the bedroom, and he got on the bed, and I was like, okay, I guess this is where this is going. And I got on top. Are you following me? Is this getting warm and spicy? I got on top, and all of a sudden, I felt my hair growing longer. And I grew like 6 inches higher. And my lips got 40 inches bigger. And my lashes grew, and my fingernails grew. And I said, hold on, give me a second, twink. And I ran into the bathroom. And I looked at the mirror. You're the mirror, I'm the me. Okay, I looked into you, and I said, well, hold up. Hold up. Turns out, the time that I found out I was a drag queen was also the first time that I topped. And I ran back into the bedroom, and I said, listen, twink, we gotta go back to the club. I gotta get my money. Yeah, and that was the first time I found out that I was a drag queen. Thank you.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's also the time I found out I was a top. And yeah, thank you so much for listening to me. I'm done. Please stop looking and listening to me.
Aw.
Thank you, Safire. If you would like to listen and look at everyone else but Safire, you can find the dynamic follow button just on the right side. My camera's flipped. I have no idea where it is, but it's there somewhere. And you can follow
Versatile cam.
all of us here, over here at Stream Queens, doing the comedy things. Speaking of comedy,
Very relevant.
Excellent segue.
you know, Usually I'm pretty good at improv, but I was just there and I was listening so intently to what Safire had to say. I was definitely knee deep, like our full body deep, neck deep into what they had to say. I just didn't have the improv strength left to introduce one of my favorite friends from Stream Queens, someone who makes me laugh nonstop, incessantly. SirRealCamille.
Oh my God, thank you for that, Chelora. I just want to say, you're not laughing now. Why are you lying to these people? You said that without laughing. I'm just saying. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. I absolutely adore you as well, Chelora. Thank you for putting this event together. If y'all have not already done so, donate to the Transgender Law Center. How we doing, y'all? Which is really me saying, how are we doing, fellow comedians?
Woo!
The dais, if you will.
Yeah.
I fan myself with these cards because I'm such a professional. As Chelora said, as has been previously stated, I go by SirReal as a musician and as a comedian. And as a drag bitch, I go by Camille Eon because I just be changing shit. And recently, relatively recently, with the dawning of the mustache, I also changed my doppelganger. I don't know if anybody else here in the dais or in the chat identifies with doppelgangers or doppelganger culture, which is a strange thing to say, but when I was in high school, I was desperately wanting to look like, anyone else. I wanted to have a celebrity doppelganger to be like, yo, this is my bitch. This is me right here. You want to see my face? Also watch this. And it was maybe in my junior year of high school when I realized I was rocking the glasses, the polo shirts, the nerd chic eleganza, if you will. And my high school doppelganger was Cookie from Ned's Declassified. If you know, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. More recently, I have been on the hunt once again, looking for a gang. And, I was watching Family Feud one day, and I was like, oh. So I guess at this comedy show, I get to bring not only SirReal, not only Camille Eon, but I also get to bring you supervillain Steve Harvey. You're welcome. Honestly, I think it's hilarious. I think it is so fun. I work with kids, and these kids be watching the feud, and they think they're so clever when they say, "Oh, you look like Steve Harvey." I'm like, I know. I said, I know. I know you know. And now you know I know. It's fine. But what really gags me is a lot of, just like my peers, if you will, queers, if you won't. But a lot of people that are just grown and really just looking for places to unload their insecurity. They got to get insecure for me. Because I'm trying to have fun. My biggest pet peeve is when I think something is funny and someone comes in and just brings sincerity to it. How dare you? How dare you bring sincerity to a comedic moment? Don't do it on my tweets. Don't do it in conversation. Don't do it on a Hallmark card. I'm not interested. Because I'll be like, yeah, like my kids are calling me Steve Harvey, and I have this look on my face. Maybe I sound pissed. I don't know, but I look happy. I'm smiling. I'm jovial. And they're like, oh, no, you don't look like Steve. No. And I'm like, okay, Beth, it's not that fucking deep. Settle down. All right. I'm chilling. I wish you would as well. And it's just ridiculous. Oh, you don't look like Steve. You're cute. You're sexy. You're funny. And I'm like, bitch, none of that is up for debate. Settle down. You are asking questions I did not ask, or you're answering questions I did not ask. So what are we doing here? Okay. It is just so bizarre to me. And you know what? The energy that it gives me, first of all, it's people that are trying real hard to be nice. And whenever I see that happening, I'm like, I'm not convinced. You are trying to convince me of your kindness, but I'm not convinced. And it happens with the Steve thing. I'm having a good time. Oh, you don't look like Steve. I'm not convinced. If I'm starting to, I'm losing weight, but as I'm trying to lose weight, I'm also accepting the body that I have. And, I'll be like, I will be proudly, and I'm sure other, heavy or fat people can identify with this. When you finally find a way to be proud of your weight and your body, people will come up and be like, oh, you're not fat. No. And it's like, bitch, go eat your salad. Okay, Beth? Still, take that over there with your insecure ass. This is not me. I'm working hard. Stop it. I'm not convinced, okay? Oh, you're not black. What? Okay, we're going too far, goddammit. Trying to take me to the nearest skin bleaching clinic. Like, please. Okay, too much. Too far. Okay, this is more than not being convinced. I'm very concerned. I don't know why I keep Beth around. I've been dragging that bitch for years. Shout out to Beths. Shout out to Beths everywhere, not Amy Schumer. Y'all are acting like she is here. I wish a bitch was. So I've been very excited about this event. I have felt a change coming over me as I've been returning to comedy. But, you know, I'm in a little bit of a different place than I was. I like Tharona, have done a comedy show or two before all this happened prior to the Pantene Pro V. And I'm just in a different headspace. I was really about just dragging myself previously, like making myself the butt of the joke because I just wasn't really working on that confidence. So now that I'm returning to comedy, I'm like, no, I got to draw the line. I got to put my foot down and say that I am no longer putting myself down, okay? So I said to myself, you know what, damn it, no more self-defecating humor. No more self-defecating humor. We're not doing it. Oh, y'all don't know? Y'all don't know about self-defecating humor? It means you're talking shit on yourself. Oh. I used to be just like you. Don't shit on yourself, damn it. Do not shit on yourself. The patron saint, shout out to Nicki Minaj, fellow member of Team Stream Queens. The patron saint, Nicki Minaj, once said, shitted on them. Shitted on them. I know she didn't say the full word, but she wasn't talking about shitting on me. She didn't even say shitting on we, bitch. She said shitting on them. Shitted on them. Man, I just shitted on them. Put your number 2s in the air if you did it on who? Them. Over there, them, not me. So I'm not doing it. No more self-defecating humor, okay? It's important. And I'm just, I'm really proud of this progress because prior to the pandemic, I just was, again, in a really different headspace. And I think we've all been spending a lot of time with ourselves. And I see it in me. I see y'all posting your shit on Twitter as well. Sometimes coherent, sometimes messy. Oftentimes messy. We know. Retweet. But I've been really trying to just work on me, but I hate mental health culture. The unqualified Psych 101 experts that hop on, and we just use our buzzwords, but it really had me turning the lens on myself because I'm all about that work, you know, that self-work. So I was thinking about how I always tell people, like, you know, I've been compartmentalizing. And, you know, I think maybe categorically, maybe by definition, I have been compartmentalizing, but I also had to come to terms with the fact that I've never looked up this fucking word. I've just been saying it. I've never dictionary.com compartmentalizing. But you know what the gag is? I know exactly what that word means. Compartmentalizing? It's so clear. It means you're thinking with your genitals. Follow me. Compartmentalizing. You're mentalizing your cum part. It's wild. You like that one? Yes, bitch. My kink is wordplay. I'm a punalinguist. What? I got that good diction. Ooh, spicy. But for real, I've been thinking with my genitals too much. It gets me in trouble. It takes me off track. We need to stop compartmentalizing. Stop mentalizing those cum parts. Stop it. Let them do what they gonna do. But it'll get you in trouble. And I remember I think the first time that compartmentalizing really got me in trouble, thinking with that. It was back when I was in high school. Back in the days of MySpace. Not safe space, bitch, MySpace. Come on, prehistoric. So the very first time I hooked up with anyone, I guess I shouldn't say anyone. I wouldn't call making out with a girl at a junior high dance, though, a hookup. So, yeah. The first time I hooked up with anyone, let's be clear, the first time I sucked a dick, I already said I was in high school. This might be treacherous territory for us. So if any of you are uncomfortable about this direction, and you like the movie Call Me By Your Name, I don't want to fucking hear it, okay? I don't want to fucking hear it. Timothy Chandelier has already been romanticizing this shit. I forgot who that old dude was that he was fucking. No, I'm not here to romanticize this. I'm just here to tell a story. Also, I was the young one, so whatever. So anyway, I was 16. I was DMing this dude on MySpace.com. And long story short, I left my house in the middle of the night to go physical comedy. You're welcome. And I made 2 fatal mistakes. This night took a turn in my trajectory as an out gay man. So I was living at home with the parentals. I made 2 fatal mistakes. I didn't die. No one died. But I made 2 fatal mistakes that night. First of all, I left my home, which was owned by a black man, my father. I left my home at 2 a.m., after 2 a.m. This person, my father, he always gets home after 2 or 3 in the morning. So I left during his prime getting back home hours. What was I thinking? About my cum parts. I was mentalizing those cum parts. You gotta stop compartmentalizing, y'all. You gotta stop doing it. It's dangerous business. So I left after 2 a.m. My other fatal mistake was I left my phone. I left my phone after 2 a.m. So not only did my dad come home and find that, his least athletic child was not in the house, but he also saw that he left his phone, bitch. And my father was watching true crime before any of you white girls, okay? He was watching that shit before any of y'all. So, when your main food groups are Law and Order, CSI, and variations of Dateline, and your child is gone, your black child is gone in a very white area after 2 a.m. without his phone, my father is not one who enjoys emotions. And I put him through it that night. I really put him through it. So anyway, there I was. Learning how to do that. And the good thing is that I was parked in a car with the dude just down the street. I was not far. We did what needed to be done. I got out of the car. I walked back home. As I'm walking up the driveway, I see my father throw the door open, walking down the driveway. Now, in hindsight, I know exactly why I got a literal kick in my ass. It's because of all those Dateline-related reasons that I said previously. I was a little black kid, not athletic. I cannot stress that for you enough. Both my older brothers did football and marching band. I was bigger than both of them. And I chose what? Marching band and tennis, bitch. Shame of the family. Shame of the family. You best believe it. And so he was like, this nigga can't fend for himself. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So he is hollering at me at 2:30 in the morning. I get a swift kick in the ass, and I'm just walking through the house. Mind you, I have 2 older brothers and a younger sister. All of them awake now and alert, aware of my shenanigans, because he probably also saw the DMs. We didn't talk about that part. Ooh, black fathers love to not talk about certain part. We love to omit. They love to omit. I said we, I don't have a child. They love to omit. And so I am being directed to the back of the house to my parents' room, which is where I know that I'm going to be laid across the bed face down so that I can get an ass whooping. It's not the kind of face down across the bed I was anticipating having at the beginning of this night. It was actually the exact opposite. There was nothing fun about the ass whooping I was about to get. So, and again, listen, if anyone's uncomfortable with corporal punishment, I was a black kid in the 90s. This is my life, so I don't want to hear about your discomfort. Move on. And so I'm laid across my bed, and I was like, I am not about to get my ass whooped after sucking a dick for the first time. I won't do it. I will not do this. Now, I was a kid who I didn't come out. Was it apparent? To some, to many, to most, to everyone, except me. But I was like, did I know what my sexuality was at the time? No. I knew that I really was turned on by one of the Wayans brothers showing his ass at one of the Video Music Awards many years ago. And then I knew that I enjoyed sucking that dick a few minutes ago. So that's all I knew. That's all I needed to know. And I was like, again, I'm not about to get my ass whooped for this. So as my father's about to bring the belt down, again, my siblings are awake. They know that I was doing some gay shit. And I shout from the top of my lungs, I think I'm bisexual. And this is how I knew that my father, I've never thought that he was a bigot. I just thought that he had a hard time with me. But he did not hit me after I said that. So, like, first of all, there's power in coming out because it'll scare some of these bitches into not committing a hate crime. You best believe that. So do it. Happy coming out day, October, whatever it is. I looked it up. I really was hoping it was today. Why would that be so perfect? No. So I came out. I did not get whooped, and we did not talk about it. I truly disarmed my father, and it was chef's kiss. I was simply sent to bed, and before I fell asleep, my mom came into the room. My mom is a fellow Cancerian. I don't fully subscribe to the Zodiac. Some of y'all need to meet the Zodiac killer because you're doing too much with it. But we do like vibe on a couple of things. And she was just, soothing me, making sure that I was okay. She's like, sweetie, you seem like you've been compartmentalizing. And I was like, Mom, that is fucking disgusting. Do you know what that means, bitch? No! No! Oh my God! But yeah, be careful with mentalizing your cum parts because it'll put you through it. That's my time. Not that there's a specific time constraint, but thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Camille. Thank you for sharing. Oh, hold on.
My safe space.
There we go. That was a lot of fun. Did everybody have fun?
Yes.
Yeah. Do we want to say compartmentalizing together?
Oh my God, please.
Okay.
Yes.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Compartmentalizing.
Self-defecating.
Oh, self-defecating.
Compartmentalizing.
Shout out to cum parts everywhere.
Yes, all the comparts. Mentalized. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining me and raising money for the Transgender Law Center. I hope that this is something that everybody enjoyed. We can do again sometime because I would love to do it myself. I know I rushed right through my set because I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. But
you were great, Chelora.
Yeah, you killed it.
Fantastic.
Woo! I'll break more glasses next time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But thank you for helping me raise $324 with the Transgender Law Center.
Woo! Yes.
That's so amazing.
Yes. Don't forget that you can find that dynamic follow button just over there, and you can follow all these funny people that you've heard and seen today. There's like a little heart, but if you're on mobile, you're gonna have to do the hard work. You're just gonna have to do the hard work, and it's worth it. Does anyone have anything to plug? I think we're gonna go back through our lineup so you can plug your plugs, or plug your comparts.
I thought we were trying to stop doing things with the cum parts. I don't know if we should be plugging anything.
Oh, we're gonna plug them.
I'll plug it all. Plug it in, plug it in.
So, Piab.
I don't know. I do stuff on this website. Whoop-de freaking do. Sometimes it's a yuckster, sometimes it's not. We do what we do.
We do what we do.
That was so mob wife.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for Karen from Upstate bitch vibes with this outfit.
Oh. Barky.
Hi, so true. Hi, I'm Barky Bark. Non-binary vape lady, raging pansexual. I stream lots of fun games on Twitch.
Oh,
I'm gonna stop. Take me off the screen.
Not your anxiety coming out.
Oh God.
Tharona. Tharona.
Chelora.
So I'm reenacting the Houdini. The Houdini.
Oh, Tharona, are you there? How are you? What channel are you on?
Hi, I'm Tharona. You can find me Tharona Shade on Twitch. You can expect me sometimes in your channels too, depending if we know each other or not. But Expect me to be shady. That's just my gig. That is just my gig. That is the package that you get when you get to know me. I'm sorry. And if you don't allow me to be shady, then I will become a backspeeder or a spoiler just out of spite.
Thank you, Chelora. We have Safire next.
Hi.
Oh, you don't want to be seen or heard. Give me a minute. Camille.
No, go back.
Oh God.
I'm not ready now.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Laura said we're going chaotic at the end.
My name is Safire E Glamour. I'm a plus-size Polynesian drag queen. You can find me literally anywhere, not literally anywhere.
Look
At
behind you. Look under your chair.
Can I find you at my Oregon?
put your screen
Thai
behind you and then
restaurant?
look behind you. You can find me anywhere at Safire E Glamour. That's SAFIRE EGLAMOUR. Catch up. I haven't been streaming lately because of personal things. But I have been participating in an actual play using the Coyote and Crow system. That is tabletop RPG. It's very awesome. Mondays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Dylan Dean's channel. Very fun. Follow me on Twitch so that you know when things are happening. Yeah.
And that's it. All right, Camille.
Once again, I am SirRealCamille. I go by SirReal as pretty much if I'm not in drag, you can call me SirReal. God, I have too many goddamn names. Twitch.tv/SirRealCamille. That's the same handle for all the places. I do drag, I do music. I'm getting back into comedy. Thank you for putting this event on, Chelora, because it has been very exciting to start getting these wheels turned again. I do not have a set streaming schedule right now because I'm doing a lot of self-work and work and work with an E, all that. So just following the places. I'm most active and most chaotic on Twitter these days, but I will be streaming probably tomorrow. I'll say I'm gonna hop on and get in drag tomorrow. If anyone wants to come and hang out and see me be equally or less, but I will not be more funny. No, unless you pay me.
Pay them.
Well, thank you, everyone.
We're $6 to the goal.
We are $6 to the goal. Does anyone
Pay
have a
this
$6
first.
joke?
Hey, where's that
if-
bid from
if-
Buffalo? He's got $5,000 for Star Wars. He can put $6 towards this.
There, boom.
If
There
we
go.
make the
Joke's gonna
if
take
we
me
make the
about another
goal,
month.
I'll tell one more joke. If we make the goal, I'll tell one more joke.
Oh, payment first. Get that money up front.
Yeah. Hello?
Leave the coins on the dresser.
Make the goal. Let me know.
That's right.
Let me know when
Or
it happens.
2 people
I
with
have-
$3. Oh, Lady
No, put
Lay
$6 in.
coming in with the cash.
Oh, you have to
Alright.
say it in New Zealand-ish language.
Did we made it?
We did.
Yeah. you have to tell
Oh,
a joke now.
God. Okay. So, New Zealand. No, I'm not doing that.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that about New Zealand? Are you saying New Zealand? I'm not doing that. Is that what it,
I'm
it-
saying I'm not gonna do an accent. Not today. Sorry. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
well, no bloody accents.
My joke is so Camille spent all this time talking about compartmentalizing, mentalizing with your comparts. And I just like to say that we all compartmentalize because we're all comedians. I personally am a comedian because I'm always eating the cum.
Oh no!
What can I say except you're welcome?
That you think that that was a $6 joke. Thank you.
We made a lot of cum jokes, but Twitch will not let us say Cracker Jack. I say that? I said that.
You did it already. Well, it's
You
gone.
said it.
Yep. There it was. There it goes.
Away with the wind.
I don't know if you got the Maui reference, by the way.
I did, and I decided to ignore you.
Well,
We earned at least another $30.
we already did. Oh,
shit.
you mean another $30?
Oh,
Chelora
that
said we
joke
missed
was
the
that
goal.
good?
No, there were just other jokes.
Well, I personally think we reached the goal I'm not gonna drag it on forever like some people.
Drag?
might. Oh, drag. On this channel?
No.
No.
Get
But,
right out of town.
I said
Um,
no.
On the note
My
of
Steve- my Steve
self-defecation, if you want to talk shit about what we said here today on the comedy show, you can add us on Twitter. Don't subtweet it.
Yeah.
Add us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. An end to subtweeting. Say their names.
That's right.
Yes. Make sure you add us so that in a couple months you will end up on the team.
There you go.
There you go. Is there someone we're gonna raid from the Stream Queens? Perhaps.
They have to be funny. I'm sorry.
That's true. They have to be funny.
Just so that we're all clear,
Videos.
that was a joke. Legally, I have to
Stone.
say that was a joke.
I'm legally bound.
Were they on the comedy panel?
No, the comedy panel is full.
We do not talk about the comedy panel. We don't talk about panel. No, no, no.
Nikki One Hover.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Nikki Stone's 100.
That's
Good for
correct.
Nikki.
Do it.
Yay!
Congratulations to Nikki.
Nunky.
I see a stream queen that I think is funny. That we could-
Who should we rate?
I'm not live.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
we
hop
have to
out
do it because I'm saying it.
before the raid, but
Yes.
thanks for having me.
Thank you, Tharona.
Oh, you're being that
Bye.
stream. You're being
Bye,
that stream.
Chelora.
Interesting. Shady Gaming is live streaming some Stranger of Paradise.
Oh, and I know Lucy McGillicuddy is a hilarious bitch.
Mm-hmm.
The name
That
is Lucy
game is a
McGillicuddy.
riot.
Her name is Lucy McGillicuddy.
Her name is Punchline. Let's go.
I don't know if is the raid ready.
It's like it is.
What is this? Is this raid for ants? That one came. That was improv. Yes, I am.
That's
Yes,
flawless.
Come on,
Yes.
we gotta go.
That
We
was
gotta
really
go kill
good.
chaos.
Thank you. Oh, we are rating. Thank God.
Are we gone?
No, not yet. We have to rate.
No.
I was gonna take our pants off.
Oh, well, it's not like we're gonna
Gotta-
see.
My
Gotta
pants
have-
have been
these
off
guys
this
are
whole
gone.
time.
We gotta air out these cum parts.
Oh, there you go. And the defecation.
Ooh.
That's it. We're done
And the
here.
comedians.
Everyone, we're playing strip comedy.
Is that a bang piece? Oh, I thought that was a bang piece. Well,
Well,
Are we still waiting for this raid? How long is the raid?
I don't know. We could press it whenever someone
It's
wants
like-
to.
hey, Daladar,
Oh,
press the raid.
the ladder.
Run.
Dola, you ain't got the guts to push
Hit
that
it.
button.
Yeah, you don't got the guts.
Do it. You won't.
Do it, you won't.
Do what you want.
Do it. You won't.
Think. Oh,
Oh.
Girl said,
Here we go.
"Bitch, I will."